Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia Nutrice. If you are new here, welcome in. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you returning, sustaining on the channel, and I hope you are doing well. Let's get into it. Today, if you don't know who I am, my name is Felicia. I am a human and civil rights advocate and so much more. You can find a list of description of all of my things that I love to do, okay, down below. And I run a nonprofit organization called Divas Can Manifest. We are a nonprofit in women's health, and we are currently raising money for our scholarship fund. So all of the proceeds to this channel, including all of the ads that you watch on the channel, any super chats, donations, any gifts that you purchase over at Cosmic Intelligence, our community shop, all support our initiative in women's health. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Check out the playlist on the channel, check out the description box, check out our community tab so you can get familiar with the way that we do things around here. But without further ado, you guys, we're getting into an overhead selection, into a pick a card reading today of all about your next relationship. So this is a future prediction. It could also kind of be a what is next in love for you if you are interested in that topic as well. But let's see what we will be getting into today. So here is our agenda. So first we're going to figure out who this person is. So we're going to pull a lot of zodiacs and aspects regarding their personality. Then we're going to move into challenges around the relationship. We're going to pull messages from my handmade deck, which is the Peaceful Relations, as well as get into the shadow aspects of this relationship. Then we're going to move into, of course, the overhead selection, which can give us an idea of the running theme of your relationship, as well as messages from your divine counterpart. If you are new here as well, there are a lot of messages in here from my teacher, Charlotte, over at Happy Souls 1111. I love you so much, and I just want to give her credit for a lot of the messages that are in here. They actually turned into, my notes actually turned into something that we use frequently. So I just wanted to go ahead and give that disclaimer and say thank you, Charlotte, for all of the work that you do over at Happy Souls. She is not so present on her tarot channel, but Charlotte has been doing lots of work in the spiritual community outside of her YouTube channel. So please go sign up for her email list. You will find out when she has classes and seminars and workshops and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Charlotte, for all of your work that you do. And then lastly, we're going to get tarot for the timing of this relationship, when it could be coming in, and message, and then a divine feminine oracle, so that you can make, as the leader on the spiritual journey, you can make the best decision possible for your union. So let's get into it, you guys. Today we have artwork to choose from, so go ahead and choose from the art portrayals. You can also choose from the timestamps down below. Thank you so much for being here. It's my honor, and I'll see you in your selection. Bye. Hi, Pal 1. Welcome to your selection. So you chose this beautiful picture here, and then we have forgiveness as your overall theme. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to wait. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So I'm getting immediately that this could be someone that you are forgiving. Okay, you guys are making a conscious decision to release resentment. But I'm also getting that this could be you needing to heal some aspects of, some past relationship traumas that may have embittered you, that may be blocking your heart chakra from receiving love, because you are still holding onto resentment. Okay, so let's get into it. First on our agenda, all about your next relationships. Who is this person? And let's get some zodiacs to start with who this person is. Maybe this will represent their zodiac sign. Maybe this will represent some aspects of their personality. Okay, we have Paulus. So I definitely feel like you will be coming into this relationship after you've gained a lot of communication skills, interpersonal skills, and you will have acquired a lot of wisdom. So if there is, like I was getting before, there are a lot of you guys where you will be drawn to make this relationship successful. You will be drawing on your wisdom from past experiences and like learning to stop like placing your energy on those past experiences. You are like, I'm hearing that this, you're like, okay, you're like something about you're willing to open yourself up to love again. Okay, because a lot of these relationships from the past, they have prepared you for this relationship. Especially some of you guys, you've had partners who have been domestically abusive. You've been partners who have been narcissistic. You've had, partners where you've experienced a lot of emotional or physical abuse, manipulation. I'm getting gaslighting, ghosting, and a lot of these could have embittered you. But I feel like you're going to be drawing on that wisdom in this relationship, and you're going to know how to handle this person. Okay, especially for the ones who were placed in a love triangle before. I'm getting that a lot of you guys have like built up a lot of resentment, around people who placed you in a love triangle. And this is just like, you're so jaded from those experiences and you're just like ready to like move on with your life. I'm also getting that if you like meet this person and something conventional happens or there's a repetition of an old cycle to clear yourself, I definitely feel like I'm getting something where you had a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You're going to have, especially with Mercury here, you're going to have a lot of intelligence around this relationship. You're going to have a lot of, there's going to be a lot of communication with this person. I'm hearing that your communication skills are going to be so, I'm not going to say perfected, but you're going to have a lot of mastery around communication. And this is going to allow you to like handle any of the challenges around this connection with a lot of skill. Especially if you're coming into this situation, this person is they're coming out of something, or they have already been married, or they've already had some type of relationship, or they're still holding on to relationship baggage as well. And I feel like something about you're just going to be able to handle this situation with a lot of grace and like keep your peace around it. And not waste your like life and time on anybody who is like indecisive and not able to like make decisions around a love triangle. Like somebody who was not able, like somebody who like put you in a love triangle, or someone who like they seemingly like they felt like they had too many options and they couldn't decide. Like you're like, what? Like you can't decide like who to choose, and you're like, well, I'm not really interested in any of that. Like if you can't make a sure decision, then like that's like a lot of wisdom to invoke, right? That's a lot of, oh my god, Mercury coming out again. Okay, so this person might literally be a Gemini, because we have like Mercury showing up here, a Libra. So you're definitely going to be able to like there's going to be a lot of talking with this person. Like you guys are going to have, I'm hearing there's going to be many words exchanged with this person. So if you had other relationships in the past where you felt like you were not like present in this person's life, that you weren't like, or there was like a very short-term fling, like all of those like wishful thinkings that you've had in the past, like this is like not your first rodeo. So you're going to have like this ability to communicate your mind in this next encounter. I'm getting it in the past, you may have had like a lot of relationships where you had troubles communicating, you had blockages to your throat chakra, you were very shy, but you have been finding your voice and have been able to like communicate your needs and wants out of a relationship. And you're going to come to this situation, I'm hearing that you're going to be very sure of yourself. You're going to be like you're going to have like, I'm definitely getting like you will not let your heart be a bully to your mind in this situation. And you have like a lot of like you've had a lot of skill. You like by the time you get to this relationship, you will have come into like a lot of skills around like how to handle this relationship, especially if someone puts you in a love triangle, or there's like a repetition of a same cycle. Because this isn't your first rodeo, something where you're going to handle this and you guys are going to come out of a karmic cycle very, very quickly. I'm also getting that like you've learned how to defend yourself and you've learned how to speak for yourself, and you're just very empowered in this next relationship. Okay. So give me some more information about who this person could be. Okay, we got like a lot about you and how you're going to be showing up with this in this situation. Okay, I'm getting that you're very aware of like people who waste time, people who waste, you know, experiences, people who waste resources, and you're not going to be like wasting in this, and like you're not going to let anybody waste your time. Some of you guys, you really like, there could be a lot of resentment about wasted time, wasted memories, like wasted emotions on people who did not work out. So you're very like skilled at navigating these relationships. So I don't know if this is actually going to be a relationship that lasts for the long time or last for the long term. But you're going to be able to like navigate it and let your mind tell you how to handle this situation, because you're going to be so aware and so wise from your past experiences. Okay, tell me about your next relationship, Pile One. Tell me about your next relationship, Pile One. Okay, we have Leo. And we have Gemini energy big here. Okay. Tell me more about this person. Who are they? How will you know who this person is? This person could literally be a Gemini or a Leo. Okay. I'm also getting a Scorpio as well. But this person is going to be like a protection. Something where this person, they're very protective of you. They're going to, I'm getting that a lot of them, they have issues with like your revealing clothes, or they show a lot of concern for you. They are like, they handle you in a very responsible way. And they like, I'm hearing that like from the beginning, this person shows a lot of concern about your needs and what you want. Something about this could be a little smothering, or they could have gone like something around like they could be a little bit smothering, or they could have gone absent altogether. And if they've gone absent altogether, some of you guys, this person really wants to come back, or they really want you to forgive them, okay, for them being absentee, especially because this is the Leo parent. Some of you guys, you really had like some abandonment issues with a father or a mother, a struggle around a nurturing, sensitive, caring relationship, or your past relationships where you may have had nurturing, sensitive, and care, you know, or providing. It feels like some of those people did like they did not value those in the past, right? And so you're coming to this situation. I feel like you're going to withhold a lot of that nurturing, sensitive, and care. This is going to be, I'm getting that this person, and your mind is going to tell you how to open up. Your mind is going to tell you, like, you're with this palace, you're going to be very protective of yourself and defend yourself a lot, from any kind of shadows that they may bring up, any kind of negative aspects they may bring up. If they still want to go explore their options, you're going to be very detached from their behavior, and you're not going to internalize their behavior. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be the person that's going to advance the relationship a lot. They're going to be the ones that do a lot of the reaching out. They're going to be the ones that they're going to be very protective and handle you very responsibly. Like, this person is going to value you and see you as a star from the jump. And this is something that you may struggle with. Like, it's going to be very challenging for you, because you're going to be on the defense, especially if you had like narcissistic people who like cherished you and adored you, and then they devalued you, or discarded you, and or gaslighted you in a way. This person is very dominant and authoritative. They're very protective, like a bear, and like they're definitely like, they want to be traditional, providing, and they want to be the ones in control. This person is going to be taking a lot, like they're going to be dominant in the relationship. They're going to be the ones moving the relationship forward, calling, texting, providing, letting you know when the relationship is moving forward. And you're going to be like, well, you're going to analyze that with your mind through Mercury, and make sure that and then I'm hearing there's something about you're going to handle their dominance with a lot of skill, because some of you guys, like I said, you're coming to the situation detached, or you're coming to the situation independent, and you need a relationship. Some of you guys, a lot of you, like, you may want this dominant person or traditional person, but you also need someone who gives you space to like couldn't like be your authentic self. Like you don't want anyone to suppress your, you know, who you are, or you want to still have time to yourself, and you still want, like, you still, like, if any part of you starts to neglect yourself or like lack self-care, you're gonna know, you know, you're gonna draw on that wisdom and say that that means something, that this relationship is imbalanced, right? So you guys are coming to this next relationship and you're like, I'm gonna be sure that someone is giving to me before I immediately give to them. Okay. So tell me more about this person. Give me a little bit about their personality. Okay. So they're going to be very focused on you. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like there is a cycle where, like, this may be somebody that you already know. This is a cycle. I'm getting that there is going to be a issue with resentment in this connection. You, like, I ultimately feel like you may choose to forgive this person because something about you understand that there was something that you needed to, like, you needed to overcome some type of neediness in this relationship. This person, they may be very needy of your affection and attention, and they need a lot of reassurance from you, and you are just like, that is not a healthy dynamic. Okay, but I feel like there is a cycle in this connection where this person, they will be needy. Okay, they're, like I said, they're very protective, concerned, and so they're very protective and concerned with you. I'm getting from the very beginning, but there is like, they have an issue with you having your own mind, or something where you were like, maybe you were short of words or you were full of words. It's like something about where there's an issue with the communication. They hate that you, like, they become an issue, like you were unyielding to their, like, dominance, something where they wanted you to bend to their will really bad, and when you didn't, they wanted to, like, they took away their hope, right? Where they needed, like, something where you needed them to provide strength and support in a crisis. But this cycle of them maybe discarding or devaluing, or a narcissistic cycle, or a cycle where this person was not present or absent in some type of way. It's like they may have went from very smothering to very, like, absent, and this was like a manipulation tactic that they use, right, to try to keep you needy, to try to get you to bend to their will, and when you didn't do that, you had to rely on yourself. But I ultimately feel like this was something that, you know, that definitely needed to be, like, addressed in the relationship, because that, you know, a healthy dynamic, a healthy romance, especially as you draw on this palace, your wisdom, is understanding that a healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Okay, so something happened in August or July. I'm getting that somebody has been absent for a long time. Okay, passion and purpose. Yeah, something where you are very, like, you know, this person, they love you, right? They see you as a star, right? But they're so dominant and authoritative. They felt like their authority was challenged when you needed to take time away to like to you know, because you were passionate about your purpose. You know, this is like, you know, having your own life and your own creativity outside of this relationship. This person was, they were not understanding that. They were needy, right? And you were like, I'm getting that you were a lot less needy, or you were not communicating as much as this person wanted you to communicate. And some of them, they may have like, I'm hearing something where your purpose requires you to be responsible for something. You have a duty around something, and you may have struggled to communicate this in a past cycle. If this person is already not, you know, in your life, this is coming up. Okay, but when this person, I'm hearing that they did not, I'm getting that they took away, like, it's something when a provider takes away their support because you were unyielding to them. You would not let this person like, control you. And I'm getting that it wasn't, you know, because you didn't want to be like this, you know, you didn't appreciate their protective care. It's just some of this may have been smothering. Some of this may have, like, they may have been very needy in their affection and attention. Like, you cannot give them all of your, you know, attention and affection because you have your own dreams, you have your own purpose. So from the Peaceful Relations, let's see what other challenges, along with the shadow aspects that are coming up in this relationship. Power 1. What else do you need to know about this person in this relationship? Okay. Yeah, definitely a soulmate, right? Okay, a soul journey of ascending together. Oh my God, parental love. Yeah, this person is you're definitely working through like some parental issues with this person. Some of them, there may be a large age group and excuse me, an age difference in this relationship, but I feel like this relationship is characterized by a lot of affection, care, warmth, and nurturance and support. And they almost treat you, especially if you come to this person like while you're in a crisis, this person, I'm hearing that they treat you like you're a child. I'm hearing they're very concerned with you, but they treat you like you are a child. And um this is like you, like something where you like, because you were not bending to this person's will like, you know, a child would. Like it's not that you did not appreciate their strength and support, right? This was a deep love, right? This was not like this. They were definitely a soulmate. I'm getting both of you guys were warm and affectionate, or you are warm and affectionate with, you will be warm and affectionate with each other. And I'm getting that you accepted each other and did not like give each other, like you did not, it was not based on their talents or beauty. It was because quite literally there was like this unconditional love with this soulmate. Like I don't know why it happened that way, but it's like I'm getting immediately there was like this sense of home. There was a sense of family with one another. It was this sense of providing strength and support to each other. A lot of concern for each other, a lot of protection of each other. But this person, because they were so needy, when you have responsibilities elsewhere, they got very angry about this and may have gone absent for a while. Okay, people pleasing. And I'm getting this also around your people pleasing energy as well, is because a lot of these people, like I'm getting that by the time you come to this situation, you have a lot of wisdom around your people pleasing tendencies. And you understand that that is not a peaceful relationship. You need to practice your affirmations. I will not decline my self-care. I will not stop taking care of myself, or fulfill, like become like having my own life and passions and purpose, because it causes you discomfort, because it's not, because you want all of my affection and attention. Like I do not have any desire to people please your every need. And something where they were angry at that, because they're so dominant, they felt like you holding your ground. And it's not that you took away your concern and nurturance and support, it's just they wanted it excessively. And they wanted to keep you needy when they took this away. And some of you guys, you know, now that they're absent or something like that, separation, now that you are like, I'm getting that they're like, some about you like started, it inspired you to rely on yourself even more, and you handled this situation with a lot of ease and grace. And I'm getting that you like analyzed what was going on, and tried to understood where this support, like where, you know, the relationship, right? You understood some of the dynamics of the relationship, especially the power dynamics with Leo coming up here. And like something about you are starting to see the beauty in this relationship, or the beauty in the separation, because this definitely inspired you to rely on yourself and to stop that people pleasing tendency, and understand that's not a healthy dynamic for a long-term relationship. This was definitely a cycle, okay? And you're seeing the beauty of the separation now, okay? Or the beauty in the shadows. So let's get a few messages from this person, what they want to say from their higher selves, especially for some of you guys who are in a separation from this person. You may already know this person, but this could be coming up as well, you guys. Okay, so let's see. Pile 1. What do they want to say? What? I want to marry you. Beautiful. What else do they want to say, Pile 1? Your wish is my command. They want to give you everything that they want. Everything that you want. They want to cherish you. I'm hearing that everything, like I'm getting that this is literally, they're so passionate about you, because something about you must have rescued this person, or they rescued you, or both of you guys were like this protective care that like it was a miracle that you guys ran into each other. Okay, they want to be with you for life. Last but not least, I am not over you. Yeah, this person, they thought that I'm hearing you're my long lost best friend. Yeah, so they definitely like this relationship. They don't want it to be over. And I honestly, if you are in separation from this person, I don't know how you can, you know, resolve this conflict that you guys have been having. Okay, But I'm getting that, especially with Mercury here, your mind will tell you how to handle this. I'm hearing something where you needed to gain a higher awareness around this. I'm hearing use your words, especially if there was a cycle where you did not use your words as much, or there was stifled communication, or there was just a lot of passion and not a lot of talking. Okay, period. But I'm getting that in this cycle, you guys needed to, like, I'm hearing this codependent relate. I'm hearing that this rescuing of each other, this strength and support with one another, especially if this person kept treating you like a child. It's like it was not a healthy dynamic, and you guys resolved this codependency in another cycle. Excuse me, in a new cycle or in a separation, where you guys needed to accept some other like situations. I'm getting accept some abandonment issues and accept some abandonment issues from other relationships and parents, and resolve some grief in other places. I'm also getting like a healthy relationship also inspires you to look for support systems in other relationships. Some of you guys are just starting to like connect with people in your own age group. If there's a large age difference, you started to seek other like loving connections and support, and understand that you can like have this healthy relationship with your person. And like when you are balanced and not people pleasing, you have other support systems. It decreases that like that chance of like you guys projecting some dangerous things onto one another. Okay, so let's get your divine feminine oracle. How can you best serve? What's your advice for this connection, especially because this person's like, oh my god, I'm in separation, I'm trying to act like it's over but it ain't over, or something like that. Okay, Mary of Nazareth, the mother of God, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Okay, yeah, this person, there may have even been a issue around a belief system or Christ, but I definitely feel like you, like in this separation or away from this person, you're like your light grows each day. Your light grows brighter and brighter, and you're so blessed in this separation, especially because this person's shadow aspects came out, and that they wanted to keep you needy so that they can dominate and control you, right? But I feel like something about you had the courage to walk away and to practice your healing and self-love, your healing and self-love. And you both activated like divine femininity and divine masculine energy in this connection, in this separation. I do feel like there is an opportunity for for reconciliation if you guys can forgive. So let's see what the tarot. Let's get timing around this situation and what's next in this relationship. Okay, pile one. What's next for pile one? Yes, they're very stressed about this, okay? They can't keep their mind off of you. They're filled with anxieties, right? Because they're lacking this, warmth, affection, and care and comfort, okay? This person, they're very anxious. It's not matching their reality. So this person is they need to come into like, their balance around something. Let's see what else is happening. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles, please. This might be a karmic partner that's in the way. That may be like a lot of waste representing a lot of wasted time and opportunities. But I feel like for most of you guys, this person is still not like sure if they want to move forward, right? They're still not planning anything to move forward. And I feel like you walking away to practice your healing and self-love was the way, like you drawing on your wisdom, you using these skills from the past, and letting this person, deal with their own personal issues on their own instead of people pleasing to them. Because something where, especially with this Ace of Cups, right? This person is still they're juggling this old version of themselves, this old reality, and shifting into a new reality. They need to, like, some of them, they need to take a leap of faith, or they need to take a quantum leap into this self-love activation with you. Something where they like them being dominant and feeling challenged was like it threatened this person's ego, and you have been forcing this person to like drawing on your wisdom, creating space for this person to have a healthy relationship that inspires both of you guys to rely on yourself. Okay, I definitely see something about 2 to 10 weeks. This is not happening fast, okay? But I feel like especially with like the Knight of Pentacles. This, some of you guys, it has been, like I said, it's been months already. And this person has literally been, they have, you know, some of them have not been wanting to communicate, and it's not up to you. And I feel like, you know, they're, because this is coming out as your next relationship, I definitely feel like you need to let this person, sit with their anxieties about you, because I feel like you're off and you're very comfortable and very at peace in this separation. And this person, this, you might have needed to challenge something, you know, because you cannot be stuck in this dynamic of people pleasing them. And like, you, this is, you know, their dominance was actually something that you needed to defend yourself against. And now this dominance and their need to, like, excessive need to control is just like their own anxious attachment and them not feeling secure in the relationship. So they need to, you know, go and have this Ace of Cups on their own. Okay. I'm getting, like, for some of you guys, you will hear news of this person within 2 to 10 weeks for a lot of you guys. I'm also getting that, especially since Mercury's here, there's a lot about the communication there being restricted. Like, there's no communication. This person blocked communication, or you did. But I definitely feel like this is like, they need, their ego is so big with this Nine of Swords. Like, this person, they, especially how dominant they are, they want to have all of the control in the relationship. And you, like, you making advances, you calling them, and you, like, you know, if they are not responding and stuff like that, it's just like strokes their ego even more. So like, you taking away your nurturing care and attention from them helps them. Like, why do they excessively need, like, your attention and all the time? Like, why, like, they need to go and choose self-love on their own. This is the beauty in the situation. And this person, I'm getting that the issue that you're having is they will not forgive. Okay, this person is placing a lot of energy on past resentments. If this is somebody with organ inferiority complex, or they have like some type of ego complex around dominating you, and their excessive need to control, then they need to release that old, you know, version in the past. They have a lot of hope about the situation. I'm getting something where that's going to happen at the number 10. This could happen 2 to 10. So this could happen in 2 months, 2 weeks. It definitely doesn't feel like days with the Pentacles here, because it feels like this person is in the thick of this, right? But I'm getting something could happen in October. You guys should definitely check out what will happen this year, the 2025 predictions, because I definitely feel like there was a pile over there where there was a big soulmate reconciliation that's happening in October. But some of you, this person has already been gone for a long time, but you have, like, you were so blessed in this separation where, you know, they tried to keep you needy because they were the ones lacking self-love, right? Some of these people are parents as well, so they have a lot, like, if you are not a parent, they have like control issues around, and especially if there's a age difference, this person has an issue with, like, telling other people what to do and thinking that they're just going to just do, like, you know. But your mind is going to tell you how to reconcile this situation. So if you're looking for timing, you know, they have already given you the crown. Okay, so I'm getting that you needed to bring this person's shadow aspects to light, and you had to gain some awareness around why gain some awareness around this people pleasing and their control issues and why they have been absent. Okay, thank you so much, Power One. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Manifesting Miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Ooh, okay. So I'm hearing that this is literally, some of you guys, your next relationship is your dream partner. I'm getting everything that you want in a partner, you're going to get it. I'm getting that. I think the biggest thing that you wanted with this person is, I'm getting with a partner, is like having mutual interests, having a mutual goal and dream that you guys work towards together, having similar interests. I'm hearing great passionate sex. I also feel like this person is intellectually stimulating to you. You guys have like this banter, and like you guys are like, will be like best friends. Okay. So I'm getting that everything that you want is coming real with this, is becoming true with this person. I'm getting this trust. you and this person, you guys have been, you will be working to have like this philosophy with one another, this spiritual, like I'm hearing spiritual beliefs with one another. I'm hearing both of you guys will come to this situation and you will have the right mindset. You guys will be thinking on the same frequency. You guys will be like, this is not going to, like, I feel like some of you guys, you've had a lot of relationships where you may have had people who were very different than you, and you know, this person could be different than you, but I feel like something about you will have something similar about each other, like something where you guys, you may even be the same zodiac sign as this person, or you guys have like the same dream or the same trauma, like something where, but not like a trauma bond, but like something where this person is going to be like everything that you ever wanted in a partner. And it's like, because you'll know who this person is because you guys actually have like similar beliefs, right? So I'm hearing Saturn a lot. Saturn, or their name could start with a letter, or like Saturn, like gives me Capricorn, Aquarius energy. We have Neptune, yeah. So you guys will have to sacrifice, you know, for one another. There will be a lot to sacrifice. This will not be like some, I'm hearing that this is not like a fairy tale. This is, you know, this person, when you meet them, they will be at the South Node, and there will be a sacrifice, you know, to come into alignment with one another. There will be a sacrifice to bring this person to their knees. I'm hearing something where this person will be brought to their knees because of you. I'm hearing that they will bow to you, and they will, there will be a very big sacrifice in this relationship where this person will start to understand like your value, and especially if they're at the South Node, they have a very, very poor attachment to sex, money, and power, and there will be a sacrifice. There will be separation. There will be disagreements. There will be fighting. I'm getting karmic partners that get in the way of this relationship. There is going to be, this is not going to be an easy relationship, okay? But there's going to be a period of you guys going through a confusion. There's going to be a period where you will need to restore trust, or trust will feel like it was broken in some type of way, okay? Tell me more about this next relationship with this person. I'm hearing a third-party interference or some other, you know, issue where this person, you know, in order for them to come out of the South Node, they will be and yield to you. Yeah, this is definitely a partner. Oh my gosh. This person could be a Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn. Did I say Aquarius? Or Aries. So this person, I feel like this is someone that you may work with, or like I said, something where you guys work to achieve something through the 7th house. You work to achieve something greater. So it's not just like this romantic love, but it's also a professional relationship, a work relationship. And in order for you guys to align your spirituality, your philosophy, and your values, there will need to be like a sacrifice, okay? So I definitely feel like at this, you know, at the beginning of this cycle though, at the beginning of meeting them, this person, I'm hearing that they're like a dream come true, but like you will have, you may experience a lot of idealization around this person, or some type of naivete around like this person's, you know, current challenges, or in order for them, like maybe if you guys are not sharing the same belief system, maybe this person has a completely different belief system, or they come from a completely different culture, or they're at the South Node and you're like more purpose driven towards the North Node, or you were at your South Node, and then you meet this person when you get on path, okay? And you guys will need to, like, there will be sacrifices to be made in order for you guys to establish trust. Like, I don't think that it's really like so negative as to like, oh, this person does something to like make you not trust them. But I feel like both of you guys will be coming to this relationship with a lot of trust issues, a lot of commitment issues, poor attachments to sex, money, and power, like illusions of attraction, lust, hurtful lust, because of this person's South Node, okay? So give me more about who this person is. Pile 1. Excuse me, Pile 2. Who is this person who you're going to be in a relationship next? Okay, what did I say? A Capricorn co-worker, LOL. I'm getting a love triangle with this person's ex-wife or ex-husband. Or there is a love triangle at work. I feel like the work that you guys will do is actually going to make you guys very sociable. Like something about it requires you to communicate with people a lot. Your dream together, especially like look at this, like it's like these two bodies like right in front of each other, you know, mirroring to each other. You know, just so much like a beautiful love with each other. But there is a situation where this person, you know, they may have there may have been some type of, like I said, naivete or something overlooked in the relationship before. And your dream together requires you to be very sociable, and I feel like through these social interactions, something like there's a crack in the relationship, or there is like maybe you guys actually have like a lot of social gatherings together, a lot of like dinner dates, and a lot of like community gatherings, a lot of talking with a lot of people, impacting the communities, and doing a lot of outreach. And I feel like someone that you serve, or someone at work, someone who I definitely feel like there's this goal and dream that you guys have together that inspires other. You're like both of you guys are coming to the situation, and maybe you've had a lot of traumatic experiences, but both of you are very purpose driven. But you idealize the situation, right? You did not, you know, something about you, like your traumatic experiences, you know, they manifested in a different way than this person's. And I feel like there may have even been a cycle where this person was overlooking all of the good things that you were doing for them, overlooking, you know, what you were bringing to the relationship. They did not see the value in you initially, or they did not understand your purpose initially. But this sacrifice for them to be faithful, and for both of you guys not to let anybody come in between your relationship, is both of you understanding like your dream together, and understand like this big purpose and destiny that you have together is, it will, like, although you like, they may see that you guys have this power couple, or they may see that you have this, you know, divine mission with one another, and they will try to come in between this relationship, because they know that it represents like this abundance and financial freedom and destiny. So maybe there was a sacrifice where this person needed to understand, like, grow some boundaries around these social interactions. Okay. And understand that, you know, that they need to learn, especially through the seventh house, they're learning, you know, how to put their partner first, you know, and you are too. And that this is, you know, both of you guys putting your partnership, it's like you guys learning how to put your partnership first. It takes a sacrifice for you both to come into alignment and to focus on this dream that you guys have together. Okay. I'm also getting that all your other options, you have to like learn, like, oh my god, these people, they're not dependable, they're not steady, they're not selfless like my partner is, they're boring, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like you guys like go through a lot of like sacrifices in order to release like these other options, in order to like learn how to commit and be faithful, especially for those who have like commitment issues. And both of you guys may be like mirroring these commitment issues to a certain degree. Okay. Especially if you guys have to do a lot of socializing, interacting, you'll come across a lot of different people that will try to tempt you away from, you know, this person. Okay. Meeting a Taurus in particular. So we have the gambler coming out in a shadow aspect. Okay, so you know, this person, they may gamble a lot. You'll know who this person is because they're going to play the lottery a lot, they're going to the casinos a lot. This person, I'm hearing that they have, like, when they came to meet you, like when they met you, they may have had like, they're at the south node, something like they're at the south node. And this person, I'm hearing that something about them is kind of lazy, or they are very lucky. Okay, something with this person, they win a lot of money at the casinos, at the lottery. They know that they're gonna hit it. Like, they see if they can hit it real quick. But something about you come in, and you're mirroring of this person. You teach this person, like, maybe you have been like very unlucky, or like you teach this person just like how much sacrifice you've had to make in order to even get to the point of meeting them. And they see that you are like quite literally the opposite representation of them. And yeah, you like, they something about them, they get irritated or something like that when they see that you represent, like, they try to conceal the fact that they be being lazy and not hardworking or something like that. And then you come in and teach them that, look, you, in order for your dreams to become real, you need to stop relying on luck. You need to break those unhealthy patterns. Like, you might be running the number every now and again and stuff like that. But, you know, this person has like this, you know, I'm not a gambler, so I really don't understand this energy. Like, why is this such a huge issue in your relationship? This could also be a situation where this person, they try to gamble this relationship, or they take a lot of risk in this relationship with you. And it's like, I don't know if this is their shadow aspect of them, like trying to test you to see if you'll leave them. Okay. And this is like their way of checking to make sure that you are the one for them. Like, the person that you will never leave me, that's the one I'm gonna keep risking, right? Like something like that. Or it's like quite literally this person, they maybe have some like lazy tendencies because they're so lucky. They always just like come into, like, they always run into miracles. And I'm getting that you meeting you was like a miracle, because some of them, they needed, like, they were like struggling with the weakness, and then you came in with so like all this steady dependableness, and then you doing all the hard work, and they just like benefited from. They so irritating, honestly. Like, this is your partner, don't get it, that you actually like, y'all in love with one another for sure, but like this person needed to come out of that, like those poor attachments, and like learn how to, like, sometimes you will run into miracles, sometimes you will be lucky, but in order to make your dreams real, something about them, they were not fully manifesting through this luck. Like, it's not like that it was actually working for them. And that like the light aspect of like being this lucky person and manifesting these miracles is actually just like learning to follow your intuition, which requires you to fight the good fight of faith. And this person, they have been like reflecting that opposite tendency as you. Like, maybe even running into this person was like like some type of chance that you took, a risk that you took, where you just was like, okay, I'm gonna just gamble on that, I'm gonna follow my intuition about this, and I'm not so sure now, or there's a lot of doubt around this, but I'm gonna just, you know, my intuition, I had an instinct around something, and that's what I followed. But this person, I'm hearing that something where this person is literally just waiting around and looking for, like, they might be deliberately playing luck, or they literally are into like gambling a lot, and you know, or they literally take a lot of risk around your relationship because they doubt this relationship so much. But I feel like this just represents them, like, especially at the South Node, that this represents how like much of a lack of faith they truly have, or something like that. Tell me more about the shadows challenges that are coming up in this relationship. Pile 2. I'm hearing that this person, right, what did I say? What did I say, friends? It's like you come in and you reflect, like, offended versus enlightened. This person is offended by your enlightenment initially. They see that you are just this person who has a lot of faith, that you're very intuitive, you're very appreciative, faithful, sociable, dependable, steady, selfless, hardworking, and you follow your, like, I'm hearing you, they find you after you've had a third eye activation, and even just like you running into them was like an instinct. An instinctual miracle that you had, like you trusting with this miracle, right? You trusting your heart and continuing to follow its guidance, and then they come in, you meet them, and they're like the opposite of that. They don't trust you. Their heart is not open to you, right? Some of them, they have a lot of wealth already, or they have some degree of success already. Or even if they don't, it's just like this person, their heart has not been open to following their guidance. Something where they have been at the South Node, and because they have not been open to new things, they have not changed in their life. I'm getting something where they have let decades go by because they have not been willing to follow their intuition. Some of them have instead been just like trying to play the number, trying to play the lottery, and trying to win and make a big break, when this has not been like effective, right? This has not been effective, and you mirroring that back to this person, it actually like kind of pisses them off initially, okay? And this, like, there was a sacrifice in order for this person to trust you, to be faithful to you, to believe that you were the one, that y'all had this special bond together, okay? That could have been, you know, a period of you know, this person breaking your trust, doing something negative to the relationship, not believing, you know, that you are who you say you are, third-party interferences, right? Separation. And you may have gone through a period of like showing, you know, this person that you are dependable, you are steady, you are selfless, you are who you say you are, right? And that this enlightenment that they see now is just like your willingness to follow your intuition, you having doubt in the past, you trusting your heart, trusting, you know, it's trusting in your dreams, and this like opens this person's heart and helps them like have hope in like their life again, right? Okay, from the peaceful relationships, give me a little bit more about what's going on, you know, challenges and shadows within this relationship. Pile 2. I'm hearing somebody's name is, it starts with the letter A. I'm getting after this person broke your trust at work, or they broke your trust, by having somebody in your home, okay? And I feel like this was like a sacrifice for you guys to build trust, or for like, I don't know, something where like, there was a sacrifice for this faithfulness, right? I'm getting that after this situation, I'm hearing that they needed to learn how to appreciate you, because something where they did not appreciate this before, okay? Regression, something happened, yeah, they may have regressed to this, boring person. Control issues, or regress to an old way of being, and gaslighting. Yeah, this person, I'm hearing that, what did I say? I kind of knew that this was going to come out, okay? We have, with these control issues, this person is very controlling. Like something about them, they are just so not open to change. They feel like they need to like maintain power and exert their influence over their environment and their partner's behavior so much. It's like, someone who has like these control issues, this is driven by their excessive fears of the unknown. That's why I feel like it's something where this person, you may catch them at the South Node, and it's because they refuse to do something unpredictable. They refuse to follow their intuition. They hate anything unpredictable or ambiguous. And like being with you and believing in your dreams together, there was like a fear around this, okay? Some of them, they didn't want to like fall in love with you because they fear of losing their control so much. They didn't want you to have control over them, and they knew that if they fell in love with you, right, and that they really showed their appreciation of you, that somehow you will, they would be at your mercy, that they would have to like yield to you, right? And then we have gaslighting. This person may have a narcissistic. They may be like they were doing a lot to try to control you, okay, or control the situation. This behavior was simply regression. If they triangulated you, this person, I'm hearing something where they may have regressed to overeating. They regressed to like an earlier stage in their development, something where they like started to like, I don't know, they were just like trying to escape their realities, and avoiding, you and this relationship and their everyday activities because of this, like, this control and this excessive fear of the unknown. Okay, so this person, I feel like something what they literally have been acting out of, like they regressed into this, like something where you may have had this, like, things were like, working, they was looking good, they was getting better or something like that. You were trying to restore this person, help them with something. Some of them were wetting the bed, or they were doing something, okay? They were struggling with their hygiene, or they were struggling with some type of disorder, and then they may have made some type of development. They grew in some type of way, and then they regressed and got triggered when they felt when they felt like this was heading to faithfulness. When they felt like this was headed, like they got triggered when they felt like they were at your mercy, and that this was like you were having too much control over their emotions. And I'm hearing something happened in January, or this person is literally, I'm hearing they're so controlling because they have so much fear around the unknown, okay? And like whether or not this relationship will work out, and they just have been having such bad, like they have such terrible trust issues because of their past, right? Especially with their regression. So let's see what this person want to say to you, about manifesting your dream together, okay? So I'm getting that this faithfulness that you guys will be experiencing is going to take a lot of sacrifice. Okay? It's taking a lot of sacrifice. This person started gaslighting, controlling. They was doing everything that they can to control the situation. Okay, they hated the fact that you had so much influence over them. So, but you showed this person that you were selfless, steady, and dependable. They didn't want nobody taking control of them. I'm enraged. They're angry about something. They're angry at themselves for gambling this connection. If I follow you, I could lose everything. This person, they are at the South Node. I'm getting that they have, relationship structures and a lot of things that they have built up, right? I'm getting a lot of them, they have a family that has abandoned them, okay? And this person, they feel like they can lose a lot of the structure. They can lose a lot, but I'm hearing that it's already lost. This person is I'm getting that something where this person is needing to make a decision around staying where they're at, I don't know what is happening in the relationship, but they need to make a decision, to follow to follow their dream, to trust their heart and continue to follow its guidance. If they follow its guidance towards you, this person feels like they can lose everything. Okay, but this is their shadow attachment to their wealth. Some of them, the wealth is already lost. The abundance is already lost. Okay, if they follow you, they can lose everything. I'm hearing something about them. They could lose their home. They could lose their house. They could lose their, their relationships with their children. May turn negative because they will be leaving their partner, okay, or the mother of their child, or something like that. They could be losing access to certain things. I'm also getting that if they have wealth and things tied up, they feel like they will be losing a lot. But this person, I need to understand that these relationships are not abundant. They've already been lost. This is why they're really mad. Like, this person, there's a lot of confusion. And I think this is like with Neptune. There's a lot of confusion around this old life that you met this person in. Okay? This person has been... Their reality, they have been escaping their reality. Some of them, they feel like they could lose something. But with the value that they've placed on what they could lose is already lost. I'm getting that this person is not connected to reality. The reality of the matter is these family members have already abandoned them and rejected them. These family members have already lost their abundant relationships and their loving heart. Okay? These relationships are not steady, dependable, or selfless, right? They need to understand that these are sunk costs that they cannot recover. But this is making them, feel anxious and threatened, okay? Because what this really is, they feel like they could lose something if they follow you, but they're literally just walking away from, like, past traumas, right? These relationships and situations are not abundant. And this person, they know that they'll have to work hard to restore what was lost, okay? Especially for some of them, if they some of them, they're just attached to this home, or they attached to this security, right? And it's because people will turn to a negative effect when they realize that this person is, like, trusting their heart and following their guidance towards you, right? I'm getting an ex-partner who has become very embittered, will try to, who has been someone who, an ex-partner is forcing themselves into this person's life, okay, using their tied up wealth to control them, okay. So this person may have regressed to an old dynamic because they have been fearing losing everything. I'm hearing there's something where you may have given this person an ultimatum, or you let them know that a lot of things you will need to sacrifice in order to have me in your life. And they feel like if they've been away, or they haven't been, they have not, like, they know that you will be the steady, dependable, and selfless person. And they're not experiencing that with others. So what they have attached to has already been lost. I hope that makes sense, pal too, because it feels like this person is having to make a decision between, their old life and old dynamics and old realities that have already lost its value. And this person needs to realize that, like, for them to open their heart, for them to have abundance, they will maybe initially need to make a sacrifice. Okay, so let me get one more. I don't want anyone but you. Yeah, a lot of these other karmic relationships, these people will be mad. They're very angry that this person, that they want you, right? That they don't want them anymore. They don't want this old family. They're not romantically attracted to them, sexually attracted to them. And they will make this situation a big deal. I feel like because they're so enraged that this person only wants you, and they feel so threatened by them choosing you over them, they will try to take their wealth. They will try they've been trying to maintain their power over this person's life and their influence, and this person is just like, I don't want you. I want my divine feminine. I want my divine masculine. And you're just here trying to dangle my resources and dangle my life, over me. And this person started to feel very threatened when they became when they became aware of what they needed to sacrifice. And they know that you are the one. Like, I'm hearing that this person either, like, they're very angry about this. I don't know what's going on, but if this person went back to an old ex-partner or something like that, it's literally because someone was threatening them and trying to like make them lose everything. Okay, I'm hearing, especially if this is a home, this person was threatening their home or threatening their securities because they're so angry that they don't want them anymore. This, I'm hearing something about this person is literally like they were causing a lot of confusion, but I think this person is finally clear that, you know, that this will not work, you know, with this other situation. I'm getting some of you guys, this person introduced you to their family. They may have introduced you to an ex-wife, and I'm getting that they idealize what this situation could turn into. They were hoping that this could be like a cooperative thing, but when this person, I'm hearing that this other person, this other family became so threatened about you that this person regressed, you know, they regressed back to this trauma bond and this, you know, traumatized experience that they were having, you know, to exert their control over the situation, to try to maintain their power. But this person has already lost their power. They've already lost control of the situation. Somebody here, you know, because someone else has like control over them, okay, a partner that they've had in the past, or there's already a loss here because this person, I'm getting that, or if you know, if they choose to stay at this south node with this karmic situation or person, this person, I'm hearing something that may even involve children, right? This person feels like they can lose the children, and they don't want to lose that. It's not because they really want this ex-partner. It's not because they experience happiness and fulfillment with them. They're not, some of them are not, they're already divorced, or they're already, you know, they're not, you know, they're not having sacred sex, right? Or at all. I'm getting somebody here they've already lost control of their environment, and because of a disorder that they have been having, or you know, some type of, like, this person, they have, the reason why they're so angry is because the reason they have lost control is because they have not been working hard to work on their own finances and career, right? And they've let somebody else handle that for them, and they, like, unfortunately, it is too late. This person who is in control of their, like, through the seventh house, in control of something that they built together, or in control of this person's home or their wealth in some type of way, they will become so enraged because this person doesn't want anybody but you. Okay, and they have been literally using that as a control mechanism to maintain their own power over this person's environment in their life. You know, some of them, they are very angry at this person because they were there was a very traumatizing relationship. Okay, tell me all about your next relationship. How to okay, somebody here that they were with when they were a child, or, you know, they experienced a lot of losses with this person. Yeah, you know, I just got a flash of the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of fighting over the resources. There's a lot of fighting over, you know, control and stuff like that. But I'm hearing that something was already lost. This person, they already don't want this person. They already don't love this person. They already are not happy with this person. So it's already lost. So they need to understand that that should not play, you know, a role in their future decision making. Okay. Especially if they want to choose to be happy, if they want somebody steady and dependable and selfless, you know. So I'm getting that whoever their, you know, their karmic partner is, this person, I'm hearing that they will withdraw their care, they will withdraw their resources to control this person, right? They're not steady and dependable and selfless. They are only doing these things to exert their control over this person's life and environment, and they feel so threatened when this person goes and dates someone else, or they just want to have, like, they want to be, like, they don't want this person to go and be with anybody else, and they literally don't want them. They literally don't want them, and this person is literally a pick me, Bob the Builder, who built up this person and their wealth, and they are the ones that have control over it now. And this person, they had to understand that they have lost it already, because when they lost love with this person grew embittered, and they never were going to act honorably in this situation. Okay, so they have already lost. Okay, but some of them, with the chariot on the bottom of the deck, they want to stand up to this situation, because this person has been such a tyrant over this person. They're so I would be so embarrassed if this person is literally saying, I don't want you. But they're literally trying to punish this person and punish you guys, your union, by taking away your wealth and taking away your home. How to, okay, timing about the situation. Yeah, this third party came in and caused a heartbreak, and it wasn't because they actually wanted them. They love you and they only want you, right? They're moving on to calmer waters, but this situation, you will need to release perfection around this situation, and they will too. Something about you guys will need to sacrifice some type of financial security. I'm hearing sacrifice a bed, sacrifice a home, sacrifice something so that they can release this person's control issues. Okay, whoever this is, I'm hearing somebody's name starts with the letter H, or a letter N, or a letter B, or a letter Q. So give me more about this Three of Swords, please, with this person. Hearing the name 6, yeah. 6 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks, okay. Yeah, there's a conflict with this person. They really are they want to fight because they're so angry that this person doesn't want them. And they want to fight because they want to have control over this person's life, because some of them, they were in a long-term marriage or something like that. And when it didn't work out, this person has not been able to have a healthy relationship because of this person. And this person, they will literally try to like maintain their control over this person's life. Like, I'm the priority, I'm the one with the children, and I'm the one that you need to like put up all the boundaries with, and I'm the one that you need to respect. And this person is literally like, I literally don't want you. Like, the only reason why I'm here is because I have these children with you. And this person, I'm getting that they look so desperate, trying to like control somebody else's life. And I was getting this a couple of readings back. It's like there is a third party that has been forcing themselves onto this person, or forcing them to repeat a cycle of like revisiting this situation that was painful and traumatizing. I'm also getting that, because like, especially if you met these people, you met the family, or they became aware of you in some type of way, they hate the fact that you were the one that this person wanted. You were the ones that they respected. You were the ones that had the impact on them. You were the ones with the brilliant authority in this person's life. You were the ones that they wanted to be faithful with. You are the ones that they put up all the boundaries with this family with, and they grew so resentful that they were putting up these boundaries, that they were trying to, remove this person's influence and control over their life, right? And I'm also getting that they were dealing with this partner who gaslighted them, who have been concealing a deep and dark mystery around a conflict in this person's life. And I'm also getting like this person was having a lot of confusion, especially if they had trauma with this ex-partner, a gaslighting traumatic experience where this person has literally just been trying to control them to keep their money, okay, or something like that. And some of them, they were responsible for this person going to prison, or they were responsible for some type of traumatic experience. And they were around pretending to be nurturing, sensitive, and caring. But when they didn't get what they wanted from this person, they would take away that nurturing, sensitive, and caring, care that they, would give them. And they had to learn how to discern this. This was a sacrifice with Neptune. This person had to discern this around this old partner that they may have children with. Like, they're like, oh, this is the mother of my child, the father of my child. They're supposed to be like family. When they realized that this person had already lost their love for them. They were never like, just because you are co-parents doesn't mean that they actually love you, especially because there may have been like a nasty divorce, or a lot of trauma, or a lot of loss associated with the end of this relationship. And they have just been fighting this person because they have been holding on to resentment and not wanting to move on with their life. And some of them, they may have even gone off and became even more successful after leaving the relationship. Some of them, they became moguls. They became well known. They became respected. Some of these, especially like a Capricorn, I'm getting some of them, they started doing something purpose driven, and this ex has just been so angry and trying to like exert their control over this person's life, and not wanting to see them have a happy life and a happy relationship because of some type of personal resentment that they may be holding around you know, past disagreements, and they have just been in the way of this relationship. And you know, this person has had a lot of confusion around that. They don't want to lose the children, and they don't want to lose, like, you know, any wealth that they may have tied up with. But I have to understand that this relationship with the children, I'm hearing something about the children. They're not good children. Okay. I'm not going to say that they don't love their parents, but I'm getting that because of the conflict with the parents, I'm hearing some of the children have already chosen sides. You know, so, you know, that's already lost, for one. And two, you know, the wealth, this person already has that control of the wealth. They already have lost the wealth, you know, to this person. Some of these people, they were collecting child support on this person. They were collecting alimony on this person. You know, they already lost their money, right? They already lost. So this is a sunk cost. This is a fallacy in your decision making. In economics, a sunk cost are costs that cannot be recovered and should not play a role in your future decision making. This conflict, this is already lost. This person, the children, the wealth is already lost. Okay, so this person they were confused around this for a while. They want you to know that they don't want nobody but you. It's not the reason why they can't do what what you want right now is because they have been just trying to clear this confusion around this fake, you know, mother or fake father, right? This fake partner who have just been, you know, traumatizing and trying to exert their control. And they hated seeing that you were beautiful, and they feel so threatened by you. They feel so threatened by you. They're like, oh my God, if they choose you, then that means, like, I don't know, that means something about me, right? They will be very offended, you know, by your person's boundaries and respect and cooperation with you. So they will try to take it out on this person. They will incur a loss, and they need to sacrifice for that. But that's their decision to make, friends. That's what I'm seeing, pal 2. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So you chose this beautiful card. Look inside you. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So I literally don't know what that could possibly even mean. But let's get into it, friends. Who is your next partner? First, you know, like we talked about in the intro, who is this person? Let's pull zodiacs about their personality and around the connection, and maybe even, you know, reflect some of your where you will be around this next relationship. Okay, how you will be showing up. Okay, we have the third quarter moon. Breakdown, readjustment, and forgiveness. Oh my gosh. All of y'all relationships are like reconciliations. I know y'all gonna get in the comments be like, nope, I'm never forgiven. Don't even, you can save it for after, because I know y'all still love each other. This situation broke down. Okay, I'm hearing that there was a big breakdown in this relationship. I'm hearing a huge crack. I'm getting that it felt like I'm hearing something where you looked out the window, or something where it was a window seal or something like that. I'm hearing that there was a big readjustment in this relationship. Oh my God, there was something bad that happened. I don't know, like it felt like it was the end of the world. Okay. This person, I definitely can sense that you guys get mad at each other a lot, okay? But we'll see. Pile 3. Tell me about your next relationship. This came out in Pile 1. So you guys may be here from the whole video. Tell me about this relationship that broke down. That you needed to gain some type of inner awareness around it. You guys needed to enhance your awareness. I'm hearing definitely a reflection of a conscious lover. I'm hearing that you guys have been thinking about each other heavy. There's a lot of thinking, okay? A lot of obsessing about each other, okay? But you needed to come out of, I don't know, something where you guys may have needed to, like, be away from each other. This relationship needed to break down so that both of y'all can see things clearly, okay? This person is very angry at you because they know that you have been, you have been dating other people. And, you know, they have been away from the relationship, or they have not been able to cooperate. Some of them, they refuse to come and visit you. They refuse, like, some of them, you know, when you readjust, they've been angry at you because you moved or something like that. And they be angry at you because you with somebody else. I'm hearing that you were with another man, or you were with another woman. And I'm getting, some of y'all were with another man. Y'all, like, I don't know, something, but you may have been off with your you know, you may have been off with your sugar daddy, or there was like this situation where this person, they was angry at you because of some hurtful words that you communicated, some of them with Mercury. But I'm hearing something about you're disordered, or something they need to learn about your disorder. Okay, they need to learn about your PTSD, how you be acting crazy sometimes. And they feel, they feel like you needed to go away to look inside yourself, to examine what was causing you to feel this way. LOL. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm aware of my feelings, and I won't use those hurtful words anymore. I'm so sorry. I heard all that stuff. I wasn't even meaning that stuff. This person, I'm getting that they posting online, and they trying to make you jealous. Something like that. This person they trying to make you jealous on their social media accounts. And you're like, it ain't working. I'm not toxic no more. I don't free myself from that, and I ain't even got it in me to be toxic no more. So if you gotta go off and try to make me jealous and doing all that, I don't care. Okay. But I definitely feel like something about, you know, there was some harsh communication, some harsh words that caused this relationship to break down. I'm hearing something where you became enraged and you didn't know what was in you that was causing you to feel this way. I'm getting that you were just like, this person is having to, I'm getting, especially if you were so nurturing, caring, and sensitive with them before, and then you did something hurtful and took away your nurturing. They have been so sad. I'm hearing something about them. They were crying. I'm getting that this person, it really triggered them from a past relationship. Some of you guys are very stunningly beautiful, and they have been afraid to date anybody beautiful. Okay. So who is this person? Conjunction, fusion, and energy. I'm getting that you guys are very energetically connected to one another, okay, and having a lot of thoughts about one another, okay. I feel like you both are just like spreading your wings and transforming together, you know, through your reflections of your other relationships. This person is very angry that you were off with somebody else, okay. But I feel like you may have said something else. You may have said something angry and rude. And then, but it was something that they needed to become aware of. Okay. But I'm hearing that you might have said it in a rude way. Okay. So you said it in a rude way. I'm like, okay, I was wrong. I need to learn how to control my mouth. And some of you guys are learning how to control your mouth, because I'm hearing that you can be very, you know, you can build somebody up or you can tear them down. And I feel like you went through a cycle of tearing down, okay? Something that was broken down and you was angry about a readjustment. Some of you guys were angry about a third party or some type of negative situation, okay? Some unpleasant thing. And I'm hearing that you needed to, like, you were like, okay, I'm angry. Okay, I'm getting a lot of anger with one another. Fighting, okay? Harsh communication. Okay, power 3. I'm here. Okay, I'm getting that for you guys. Your next relationship, a lot of you guys actually have a lot of different options in love. I'm getting that, you know, since this relationship broke down, or a big relationship broke down, I'm hearing that you went off and you experienced soulmating. You were doing a lot of soulmating with other relationships, and I'm getting that you have a lot of options. And I don't know what that means, but it feels like your next relationship, you can choose. You can choose who you want to be with. You can choose your destiny. You can choose your path. And you'll need to kind of decide what kind of relationship you want. Okay, we have Gemini. So, anybody who you felt was untrustworthy, I'm getting that you don't want them, okay? You are so free and available, and I feel like you come into a lot of relationships with people who are not free and available. Or people who, you know, that you assume that they're free and available, and then they're not, okay? Anybody, I'm getting that you can kind of start to eliminate your options, especially some of you guys, you know, that someone who is untrustworthy. You can eliminate those options. Anybody who wasn't free and available, anybody who wasn't, like, I'm hearing you may have had some intense relationships with some of these people, especially if they were married or they were already in a commitment. It was like this fatal attraction or this taboo thing that was turning them on, right? So I'm hearing something about a poly, or like a, you know, this person had this fantasy of a threesome, or they had this fantasy of some type of, they had a fantasy of some type of, orgy or something, okay? But this person, I'm hearing that anybody who was untrustworthy or indiscreet or overly talkative, I feel like you can kind of like eliminate those. I'm getting that there's somebody here, like, I feel like you can choose who your partner is, like who you want. Because I feel like a lot of these relationships, like you have a lot of options that you could be experiencing forgiveness and, you know, forgiveness with them now. Okay. So I definitely feel like a lot of your relationships are very intense. So I feel like you're definitely leaving behind an option who was married, or somebody who was, you know, they lied about something, or you just something where you found them to be untrustworthy. I'm getting anybody who did anything overt, or they did something, like, I don't know if overt is the right way, but it feels like they did something like blatantly disrespectful, or something like blatantly entitled, or they did something to, like, I don't know, something that was like intended to disrespect you, or like they were like blatantly trying to like harm you in a way. Okay. Somebody's name that starts with the letter N. Somebody who blatantly tried to, like, they blatantly dishonored you, or you just feel like they're very untrustworthy at this point. Okay. I'm also getting an option where they're someone who was talking too much. Okay, there was someone who was talking too much, and I don't know if you're like this like very talkative person, but it feels like you can have like this charmingness about you. You can have like social skills and things like that. But somebody here, if you were with them and it's like some of them, they were talking too much, and it's like something where you were like, I don't know, you were like falling asleep on them. Okay, something where you were literally, they was talking so much you fell asleep on them. Like, I think that you could like trust that means that they're like not a good match for you. Okay. I'm also getting someone who was like indiscreet, like I said, overt. These people, I'm hearing that they were like they didn't have any kind of discretion about them. Like, I don't know, something where you're like this, they like, I don't know, you have a lot of options, about 3, but it feels like this like you were like trying to decide like what's right for me or whatever, right? Somebody who was like, they would not have, like, they did not have any boundaries. I'm hearing that they were talking too much on the phone all day long. Somebody was talking too much on the phone all day. Somebody who was overly demanding, overbearing. I think you can kind of close the door on some of these people, because I don't think that they were like a right fit to begin with. Even if you grew to like them a little bit, even if you grew, you know, there was some type of care or some type of, you know, attachment form with this person, I feel like, you know, your initial instincts about someone will like tell you a lot about like your compatibility. I feel like, you know, especially with this fusion. Like, definitely somebody who like, they may have been doing a lot of things behind your back, and you just don't feel like they were, you know, they're trustworthy now after all their secrets came out. I'm also getting an option here with this person. I'm hearing that you may have asked them to keep something secret or private, and they broke those boundaries very blatantly, like, or very overtly. Anybody who you like, you started to like, they were talking so much and you started to zone them out. I'm getting that that's also an indication that you probably like don't have, like, you're not compatible with them. Trust your energy, right? So I'm definitely getting someone here that like, I'm getting some of you like to fly under the radar. You don't like to draw a lot of attention to yourselves, and some of these lovers, they were just like not compatible with you in that way. Like, some of them, they're not free. They're taking up traditional careers, or they are not secure within themselves. So they're some of these people, you can't be with somebody who's not free. So I'm getting that your next relationship is something that you can choose. Okay, I'm getting that you're about to choose to forgive someone, fix a relationship with someone who is more available. Okay, someone who's more available, especially if these people, like someone who's been tied, like they're still married, or they have a lot of children. or someone who did something disrespectful to you behind your back, or left you, something where they left you, they watched you suffer for a long time, they left you hanging. I'm getting that a lot of you are starting to decide, if you like what relationships you are willing to fix and what you're willing to forgive, after something broke down. Okay, but I feel like you have been telling like a lot of love stories, right? This is actually so confirming that these cards are coming out like this, because it feels like this one's like a really open-ended pile. Pile 3, I'm hearing that you've been, with your words and your mind and the way that you see your relationships, you've been expressing a lot through stories and symbols and how you've been experiencing. And I'm hearing they're listening to your music, they're listening to they're watching your poetry, and they are like, I'm getting that them finally, like a lot of these lovers are starting to forgive you and see things from your perspective, okay? And this is like healing a lot of your like relationships. There's a lot of forgiveness and unconditional love in these relationships, but you are, deciding, what was absurd and what was unacceptable versus what was, and that will help you make a decision, okay? Yeah. So, from the peaceful relations, let's get more around this appreciation and greed, okay? Tell me about your next relationship, pile 3. I'm hearing a lot of your relationships there. These have been very entitled people. They've been very greedy. Okay, I'm hearing Aquarius. Someone who was greedy, someone who was cheating a lot, someone who was indiscreet, someone who was talking too much. I'm getting that you can kind of close the door on a lot of these timelines. Okay, someone that did not know how to stop talking, but I'm hearing that, yeah. We have forgiveness coming out again. Okay, that's with the third quarter moon. And then, yeah, what did I say? Some poly relationships, or, stuff like that. Lots of people involved in a relationship. And then we have enablers, okay? So a lot of these, these relationships with these partners, like I said, some of them, their greediness has been enabled a lot. Like these people have been, their previous relationships with like some of them are even in marriages, right? And they feel like, they keep getting forgiven by their partners, or their unacceptable behavior keeps getting enabled. And this codependent person, like they have been supporting this person's compulsive behavior and addictions. And something with you were like, I'm not going to enable this behavior. And this brought these people out of these codependent behaviors. I'm getting with their greed and their lack of like cherishing and appreciating you, them lacking like value in the past. It was because of this greed, right? And previously, like it's not because they didn't see you like as great, right? It's just that these people have been like, they have had an addiction or compulsion, or they've already been enabled. These behaviors have already been getting enabled. So when they came to you, they were not expecting you to be so strict, okay? Something that these people did to you that you felt like was intentional, or you felt that it caused anger, something that caused you anger, or you felt wronged, victimized, harmed, or hurt, your next relationship will require forgiveness, especially if you feel like them being off with a lot of other partners, you felt like this was greedy, right? These other relationships are very enabling. You feel harmed and hurt by this person's choice for, all these compulsive addictions and things of that nature. You felt like this was over the top. You felt like it was very wasteful and unnecessary. And some of you guys, they're used to this kind of dynamic. They're used to polygamy. They're used to these compulsive behaviors, and you were very strict. And this person's addiction or compulsive behavior harmed you, okay? And your next relationship will require you to express compassion for this person and to forgive them, okay? For you to transform, your feelings and attitudes and behaviors where you previously felt harmed, victimized, and hurt, into an intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger, okay? So that's your choice, right? But the only way that you will have this relationship is if you will, forgive them for their previous codependencies, addictions, and compulsive behavior. Okay. But you'll have a lot of options, especially some of you guys are polygamous, so something where you were offered with another option as well. Maybe you had, you kept your options open. They were not the only ones. But I feel like through these different cycles, okay, you saw something that this person was doing that was harming the relationship, like something where your polygamous side was not harming the relationship. It was not, it was not like impacting them so much. But this person's behavior actually left you feeling like a victim, left you without the things that you needed. Something about them, they may have even tried to harm you intentionally because you were off with someone else, or they tried to harm you intentionally because of a disagreement. Something with like I feel like for especially something where you are holding on to resentment to someone who failed to show up for you when you needed them, and they were supporting other people. And this addiction or this compulsive behavior left you feeling harmed and left you hurt without the things that you've needed, right? So you have to make some big decisions, intentional decisions to let go of resentment and anger. Somebody who was untrustworthy, someone who was overly talkative, someone who was married or they were deliberately cheating, something where there wasn't an open and polygamous relationship. This was like an involuntary third party, right? Or an unapproved third party, right? So I'm getting in the past, a lot of these people, their cheating was actually enabled, right, by their constant, like, their Bob the Builder, partners. They just wanted to stick around in this person's life or something like that. Okay. I feel like, I'm hearing this message, not from me, but I would feel like maybe some good advice could be, choose the person who is the most free. Okay. Choose the person who is available, someone who you can trust more. Okay. So let's see, who is the best partner? Messages from their higher self. Who is the best person? What do they want to tell you so that you can know which person to choose with all your options and stuff like that, Power 3? Okay, since you all that in a bag of chips, everybody want you. Okay, but a lot of these partners are reflecting this greed, right? A lot of them are reflecting having an addiction or some type of compulsive behavior. So either, whatever partner you choose, you will you're starting to recognize a pattern of behavior within these masculines or these partners, right? But whoever you choose, it'll be a common theme around their addictions, codependent behaviors, and compulsions, right? Something where you felt harmed that they were off with third parties, or they felt harmed that you were off with a third party, right? There will need to be forgiveness about that. Also, like, anything where you're releasing some type of toxic expectations and projecting that onto these people, relieving that will allow you to, forgive, okay? Especially if they were never in a commitment, it was never a sure thing, you can forgive this person for like being polygamous or something like that, okay? But some of these people who intentionally harmed you, they were doing something negative. Somebody who, they were supporting, they were supporting your competitors, or they were they were harming you in some type of way. That's your decision. But I feel like some of you guys are, there's a spectrum of like what is acceptable around this greed. Okay, that these people, these shadow aspects, they have been reflecting back to you. I'm at a crossroads and need to make an important decision. Okay, some of them, this crossroads is like whether or not they will forgive you for some harm. You're a star. Okay, they definitely are watching you. Like I said, some of them, they watched you, and they watched you suffer for a long time. Okay, they watched you without the things that you needed, and you feel harmed about that. You feel victimized, and you feel really hurt about that. we're not sure if we want to forgive somebody who's been, so greedy and so imprudent to how their actions are impacting us. Some of these people have not even been aware that their actions have been so hurtful, and it's because they have been getting these behaviors have been getting enabled, right? So they're so used to people tolerating this, right? And you're just like, you found that to be absurd what they were doing. Okay, whoever this was, one of these options or multiple. But I feel like the person that you'll end up choosing is the person who panicked. I'm getting that this person, it's like it was not that they, like, it wasn't someone where this person had a compulsion, right? It was like a commitment issue, a trust issue, control issues. There's been a lot of things around the past today, right? So I feel like, this person, I'm getting that they may have panicked and ran away from the connection, and you were just like, this is their fear of commitment. And I feel like, the person with the poor self-image, it wasn't that, that you were never enough for them. A lot of these people, they may have a poor self-image. They feel greedy. They feel like nothing is ever enough to, like, there's never enough attention. There's never enough affection to ameliorate their discontentment and their poor self-image, okay? Some of them, this person needs to make a decision to forgive you, or they need to make an important decision. They've been at a crossroads for a long time about, like, moving this connection forward. But let's get some of the tarot to see, what that crossroads could possibly be. Where is this person at around making that decision? Okay, some of they need to choose between you and a competitor or something like that. Okay. Okay, but something about this other person that they need to choose, between you and them. If this is another person, a third party, right? Especially if this is a polygamous relationship, this person, they have, you guys have never had commitment. It was already open. You agreed to polygamy, right? This person, sometimes a lot of these polygamous relationships, their main person, their main character is always the best and the brightest, right? You are always the star, right? But it's like these other people reflect like how comfortable they feel with their poor self-image, okay? So, especially if you're dealing with somebody with erectile dysfunction or some type of inferiority complex, or somebody who has been angry at you for something, holding on to anger about something that you said or did. Someone who panicked because they were used to lust. They were used to, with this enabling energy and polygamy, they were used to lust. They were used to just emotionally regulating. They were not expecting to find true love. And when they did, they panicked. Okay. And this may have left you feeling very angry, harmed, and without, their support, right? So, let's see. Let's get, the tarot around, what's going on in this situation. Yeah, they need to make a very big choice, right? With the Lovers coming up here, the King of Cups reversed. This person, I'm hearing that they threw an emotional tantrum. Okay. There was definitely a lot of, third parties in this connection as well. So let's see here with the Lovers. Tell me about this choice, right? They need to let go of something that's burdensome. It's not this person, this burdensome thing is their poor self-image, right? And I'm getting that, you knew that this person was out, like, exploring their options. And it's like you felt like this was imprudent. You felt like this was a situation that, like, this person, I'm hearing that they have been, putting their own addiction and compulsive behaviors first, right? With this King of Cups, right? Tell me more about this. But you have to understand a person with an addiction, even if it's just codependencies, right? These people, they just like, yeah, these painful situations are ending, right? Okay, yeah, they feel like either way it's going to be a painful ending, right? But I feel like, this person, they have, what was I going with that? You have to learn, you have to understand, like, especially with this forgiveness, is that somebody with an addiction has no integrity over their spirit, right? You think that, oh, they're imprudent, they don't care about me, right? Right? They literally, they will do with their addictions, they may have hurt you, wronged you, left you hurt, victimized in a situation, but you are literally projecting, a toxic expectation of them, of their decision making, right? Some of these things, you were like, they were not even intentional, right? This person, is just not able to control their spirit. Their spirit is not aligned, with, honoring you, or, acting honorably, or caring about your feelings, attitudes, right? Some of them, after a period of readjustment, they are finally aligned within their spirit, and they need to make a decision to let go of some type of burdensome third party situation, right? Somebody who is just literally a burden. Okay, they're this could be a marriage. This could be like, some of them, they were not expecting this to turn into some soul bearing thing. They were not expecting you guys to fall in love with each other. Some of them, they came in, they like, y'all fell in love, and then they were still married, or they still had this like structure up with their ex-partner or something like that, and they just were always in this polygamous relationship, within their life, and then they came into a relationship with you, and you're like, well, I'm not into that, or you need to make some certain sacrifices, you need to let go of these different burdens and things like that. And I feel like, there was a painful ending for this person to do this. Okay, I'm hearing that this is a painful ending for the third party. This person, they will be left out in the cold. Okay, because they are just like, it's not true love. It's not, this was just this person. When they were with this person, they were just codependent on them, with an addiction or compulsion. But when they're with you, they are not compulsive. They're not addict. They're independent, right? With the Queen of Swords, they're independent. They're not throwing these emotional tantrums and unable to control themselves. Okay, this person is needing to get in control of their own poor self-image, especially because you're a star. This person needs to be confident with you. They need to be like, you are a star. You're going to get a lot of attention from people. You're going to have a lot of different options, a lot of people coming after you, a lot of socializing coming up, a lot of communicating coming up, a lot of, visiting different communities and networks. This person is going to have to get used to you. They're going to have to get used to being on your arm. They're going to have to get used to, like, I don't know, like having a better image of themselves that deserves you. So these other relationships reflect them not, feeling that way. Okay. Unfortunately, pile 3. That's what I'm seeing about this person. Okay. This third party, I'm getting that for a lot of you, this is an ex. So this was a relationship that was around when you were already, before you came along, or they were already married. They didn't tell you that, perhaps, and I'm also getting a lot of you guys are just like, this person needs to make that big decision to let go of this burden. Okay, this person, they need to let it go. And I'm also getting that you need to let go of options too. And you have been discerning, what is right for you, which relationship you want, and things like that. Okay, that's what I'm seeing right now. Pile 3. Let's get the Divine Feminine Oracle. I think I forgot to get this for pile 2. So sorry. What is the divine? What is the advice as this person makes their big decision? Okay. Something where you saw this person as greedy and not appreciating, and this grew a resentment. We have Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Yeah, this person, the reason why they've been so greedy, right, is because they truly have not been feeling abundant. Right? These codependencies and them having a lustful desire to just emotionally regulate with their partners and these polygamous relationships, they have not been experiencing true love. Right? This person is with their poor self-image, they need to let go of these burdens and choose to feel abundant. That is what's going to make them feel like they can be independent. They can, they can release these compulsive behaviors. Some of them, they overeat and they do a lot of like harmful things to their body, and you can tell that they hate themselves because of how they treat their body. Some of them, their flaws. Some of them, they lost their hair, they bald. And they feel so bad about themselves. I'm hearing something about their teeth. They, something. They feel, they feel all these burdens around their flaws. I'm hearing some of them, they've been trapped in the closet as well. Okay. So these people, they're gonna have to choose to be free. Okay, they're gonna have to choose to be free with you, and choose to feel abundant. And they will have. I'm hearing they will have. If they choose, if they make the right decision, y'all are gonna be very wealthy, very, very wealthy. But for others, if this person, I definitely see them doing that. I already feel like this decision is already made, but they're still in the thick of this third party, fight. Some of you guys have been telling the story of this third party where this person, I'm hearing that your partner panicked, and they may have I don't know, they did something to, like, they did some type of compulsive behavior, or started, you know, they became an addict. But I'm getting it through your poetry, your music, and your art, and your, like, your abundance. Like, you are reflecting back to them how good you feel about yourself, and you didn't let their, like, narcissistic abuse and their, like, tantrum and their, like, negative panicking, and, like, I'm hearing something where they did something to, like, where, you know, you will need to forgive them for it. But they've been watching you tell this story, and, like, seeing your perspective is helping them come into balance. And some of you guys have literally become a star, or you are on track to this, like, a lot of fame and recognition, and you're increasing in importance and increasing in value. And this person, they are not, they will struggle with, you know, having a good self-image around you. So, you know, these other people were their enabling, and you are their abundance. Unfortunately, that's the choice that they need to make on their own. It's either they can dwell at the south node, or they can have eternal bliss with you. Okay? I love you so much, Pal 3. Let me know how that resonates down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, Pal 4. Welcome to your selection. So you chose this beautiful card here. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are also qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Okay, who is this? Okay. So I feel like something about, there's a lot of, like, not liking each other. I'm hearing, you know that song? What's that song? Now that we are separated, we can't stand one another. I'm hearing y'all really can't stand each other, really. But it's because y'all are what y'all projecting, okay? I'm hearing y'all projecting a lot. We have conjunction. That's crazy because that came out in another deck in the last pile. So this is a synergetic relationship. There is a lot of differences, and maybe you guys did not expect to, like, love each other, care for each other, fall in love. Okay, but you know, because you guys, you will need to choose unity. Okay, you will need to choose unity because you guys are responsible for each other reflecting back shadow and light. So this person, like, I'm getting that you are, you know, integrating this person's shadow, and this person is integrating the light. Okay, so you both, but it's like the reason why this relationship is synergetic is because you guys admire things within each other, right? You guys, like, you see the beauty within each other, you see God within each other, right? So we have the 10th house. That's Capricorn energy. You and this person, you know, there is a lot of storytelling of success with this person. I don't know, something is like, you know, both of you guys are becoming a powerhouse. Okay, both of you guys have your own story to tell about how you're becoming a person of power and status. So there's a lot of emphasis on the career here, okay, and where you're going, your destiny unfolding. Maybe you guys have a mutual dream together. I'm getting that maybe a lot around Paul too. I'm getting I was just thinking about the Lilith earlier today, because I'm hearing, you know, that song Vengeance that went viral. I love that song. It's everywhere. Everybody uses that song. It's literally, everybody loves that song. But, like, it's like, when I think about vengeance, I think about wild femininity, of course. I think about activism, destruction, and vengeance. Okay, so this person, I'm getting that the person that you are going to, your next relationship involves someone who activated your wild femininity. Or you were already this wild, fine fox on the loose when you met this person. Okay, some of you guys, if you're here from Power 2, you guys have already, like, you've already started embracing this wildness, and this person cannot. They thought that you was, like, wild. I don't know, something where they loved it. They love this about you. It's just like they love that you're free, and they love your synergetic relationship. Perhaps there's a large age difference or completely different walks of life, cultures. But you guys, I'm getting that this person, I'm getting that they hate this within you as well. Like, they want to control you so bad, but they love that you were so free to be having a synergetic relationship with them. It's like, the card, the theme is the qualities you admire are also what you both possess. Also, what you don't like is also your own reflection, right? Especially with this conjunction integration energy. This person who you are, who you'll be in a relationship with next, this person is literally, I'm hearing that you may have already, been a success or already had like needed to be responsible around your career when you came into union with this person, or when you're coming into union with this person, and they see you as so wild when you they see you as so wild when you come around them, and they hate this but they love it at the same time. Okay. If this is somebody where both of you guys are really successful, or you both have like, you guys are, I'm hearing something about you are blending legacies, or you're blending these, I'm hearing blending these empires. I'm hearing something about a blending of an empire with this person. I'm getting that this is creating so much success, so much power and status with one another. You both are like this, okay? You both possess, like, you both are like reflections of each other. So even if you're different, you guys have this, you need to like, there's unity here, because there's like the romantic, a Leo, the romantic partner, right? And then we have Capricorn boss on the bottom of the deck. Okay. It's like if you're like super determined and hardworking and ambitious, right? And sometimes you be in your ego and stuff like that. They see you like, or like you'll see that in them and be like, "What are you acting like that for? Like, why you acting like you gotta work all the time?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Why you acting like you gotta work all the time?" It's like, why y'all projecting low key? Like, it's like, okay, like your own, especially as this wild feminine. Some of you guys are you're your own boss, and then they're like, "Well, I'm my own boss too," and they try to tell you what to do. You're like, "No, I'm gonna tell you what to do." Like, it's like the same thing, right? It's like the same thing, but like together, y'all are creating so much power and legacy, such a big destiny shared. You guys are starting to see the dream with one another. Okay. Okay, we have priest. So somebody here thinks that you are violating you're violating trust in some type of way. But you may also see them as somebody who's violating trust. I'm getting this, if this is a Taurus or if this is a Leo, I'm getting that somebody here, you came into a union with this person and you guys have a synergetic relationship, okay? This person may have been married, or you were married, or there's something where this person sees they don't like something within you where they feel like you violated trust, or you were not honest about something, but then you look to them and you say, "Look, I feel like you were violating trust and I don't like something that you did." Okay? But I just feel like you guys need to choose unity, because it's like something away, the way that you are perceiving something where you're like, I don't perceive myself as violating that trust. I don't see myself as telling a lie. I see that I have a synergetic relationship with my community. I feel like I have a synergetic relationship here, and that I still honor my values, right? Or something like that. Something where someone is trying to determine if you're trustworthy, and I'm hearing that something that they did was untrustworthy, right? So they're like projecting their own like lack of faith and their own like disloyalty onto you, right? So let's see. We have advice and listen. Okay, that's what I feel like. I'm like, both of y'all are kind of like, you have a lot of advice for one another. So I feel like this is like, this can create a lot of tension, because some of y'all, you came around with a lot of unsolicited advice, and then they came around with a lot of unsolicited advice, and I'm hearing they were trying to force their advice on you, and you was like, I'm gonna force my advice on you. And both of you guys are like, this is, either way, this is like, just choose this, like, choose to see this as a lot of support from one another, right? And listen to each other, because you can benefit from, like I said, with this, beware of what you're projecting. Listen to their advice. You can benefit from their advice just like they can benefit from your advice. Both of you guys are just showing your support with one another, and that's just what the end of, that's just the end of it, right? Especially if you feel like there was a violation of trust in this relationship, or there, this could be coming up. So if you, sorry if I'm like, I know this was like supposed to be your next relationship, but a lot of this is like past people trying to come back and stuff like that. That a lot of you guys will have success with people from your past after, integrating shadow aspects. I feel like the biggest shadow aspect or challenge that you guys will have around this relationship is a violation of trust, or you having an issue with this person's past. And then this person will like project it onto you, or you may be projecting like, you're trying to help this person see that you're this wild feminine anyway, or that you're like, this is just what you do. Okay. It's not that you like purposefully violating trust, or it's, I don't know, like they may see you in like they see you in a spiritual role perhaps, or they see you in a leadership role. You're very career oriented, ambitious, and things like that. But something about them, they feel like you have violated the trust of your community. But then you're just like, well, I don't think that I violated the trust of my community. I think that I was very open and honest about it. Or you quite literally have found a way to communicate something very synergetically to your community without like exposing your, like something about you're very private within this spiritual role, and you don't feel like it's necessary to share certain details, and that you have a way of expressing like the core value, and that you feel like ultimately you did not break that core value. So I don't think that this is what these people are understanding. I think they're seeing this as a violation, or that like they're trying to project some type of lack of trustworthiness onto you, and you're like, I'm a wild feminine on the loose. I can do what I want, okay, first and foremost. And I have been reflecting these same values to my community. I'm not violating them. I'm not seduced by my own role. I'm not pretending. I'm not wearing a facade or something like that, okay? And I feel like the same way could happen. So you can say the same thing about them, especially if they were married or they had another relationship. You caught them cheating. It's like, this doesn't take away from the fact of how enthusiastic and supportive you guys are with one another. So I think the best thing that you can do is to choose unity in this situation. Okay, regression has come out already. And one of the pals, egotistical coming out again. More about that Leo romantic. Okay. Tell me about this challenge in the relationship. Okay, something about where someone who is egotistical, they have an overinflated sense of their, accomplishments. I'm getting somebody here who they thought that they were the only way that you could succeed, and then something about you let them know that you can do it by yourself or something like that. Okay, you don't need them. Especially if some of them with this egotism, they started becoming demanding, pushy, and overbearing about something. Some of them, they started doing, they regressed back to defense mechanisms. They were hashtag triggered. Okay, they start gaslighting. They start being abusive. Start doing something negative, and you're like, we're not doing this. Something where they did something, they regressed, and they violated your trust, okay? Or they made you feel like they could not be dependent on, okay? But some of them, they've been doing anything they can to control you, friend. They've been doing all they can do, okay? Because they seen that you were like this successful, ambitious person, that you had your own sense of duty, and they can like, you were career oriented, that you can be bossy sometimes, and they were like, no, I want to be in control, and they were like, no, like I'm in control, and then you're like, no, I'm in control, and they're like, I'm in control, and you're like, I'm in control. I'm getting that both of you, the best thing that you guys can do is to listen to each other. Both of you guys are in control, okay? This person became very egotistic, okay? So, I think the reason why you guys are having so much control issues and trust issues is because both of this connection will make a lot of power and status. So these are cycles that you definitely need to go through, of establishing trust and choosing unity with one another, especially if both of you guys lied to each other in some type of way, you violated each other's trust in some type of way. You're like, okay, neither one of us was perfect, okay? We're not going to hold that against one another. We both very enthusiastic and supportive of one another. But, let's just let's just set our intentions to be honest with each other, and to put our success and our status and where we are going first, okay? Oh, before we get into the tarot for timing and things of that nature, let's get messages from this person. What do they want to tell you about, your challenges, their shadow, messages from their higher self? We know that they were triggered, and they regressed when they got triggered. They escaped to an earlier state, okay, as a defense mechanism to escape their own reality. They regressed to an earlier state of trying to use their manipulation and psychological control when they realized that you were successful and that you were a person of power and status. They've been wanting to exert their control over you so bad. Okay. Some of these people are quite the opposite of you. Maybe they're not as successful as you, and they hate the fact they've been trying to do everything they can to control you and stop you from working. Okay. Pile 4. What does this person want to tell you? They feel like you're too wild. Like they want to control that. Okay. Too wild. But they was just, they was like, you're safe, right? Something where they were gaslighting and doing something harmful. They're trying to let you know. They were like, I wasn't really being harmful. You were safe with me. Okay. I know that you don't want to, you don't want to get back with these domestic abuses and things of that nature. I don't want nobody but you. Okay. I triangulated you because I was gaslighting and regressing. You are my best friend, my long lost best friend. I don't know what I would do without you. We have so much fun together. We work well together. And that's it. I'm about to surprise you. Stay tuned, friend. 2 weeks from now, something about to happen. I feel it. Okay. Let's get into the tarot. Let's see. What can we be expected from them? Okay, 2 to 3 weeks. Something is going to shift majorly. Okay, you gotta come into a relationship with this person. Y'all gonna be like best friends. They ain't gonna want nobody with you. If they violated your trust, or you thought they was cheating, or they thought they wanted somebody else, they don't. I'm hearing something where you refer to them as a stuffed animal. Somebody here that you like, they're a teddy bear. Okay, to you, they're your teddy bear or something like that. Lots of cuddling with one another. This person was too proud, and I'm hearing they started growing. Embarrassment. They've been having fears around growing old, but you're like, well, that's just what's part of being old. It ain't my fault you old as hell. Like, I'm hearing your wild femininity. I'm hearing that your wild femininity triggered this person. They were like, oh my God, I gotta control them. They were like, I'm getting this person gave you a lot of advice. I'm hearing that they like something about them. They gave you good advice. I'm hearing listening to what they say, honey. Okay, so listen to what they say. And but some of them, they was too proud to take you advice. It's like you came in with all this information and knowledge and things like that, and they love that about you. It's like you both had your way of supporting each other, but they got triggered, felt threatened and anxious, and started being all overly proud. Some of them became demanding and pushy because you were like, I have control too. I have power too. I have things that you need to listen to as well. Okay. So this person hasn't been wanting to listen to what you have been having to say, because some of them, they see you as a child and they need to stop treating you like that. Some of you guys are here from pile 1, and like, you're not a child. You're very successful. You are a person of power and status. Okay. Especially if they old, they thinking some of them, they're not as successful as you. They have a lot of failures in their life and stuff like that. And they're very egotistical around this, right? Some of them very uncomfortable because you were successful and stuff like that at a young age. And they keep trying to treat you like you're a child. And you're like, look, let me show you how successful and powerful I am. You're not going to treat me like a child. This is a synergetic relationship, especially if there's a large age difference. Okay? All these parents and stuff, they act crazy. We have the Tower. 6 of Wands reversed. And we have the Page of Wands reversed. Okay. So, what is this? This sounds so weird. What is this? What else do we need to know about your next relationship, pal? I'm getting that this person, I'm hearing that they definitely, this person fell short in another cycle. I'm getting something where they, it was not good. Something bad happened. This person may have done something wild. Like with the priest in the shadow aspect, they may have done something to violate your trust, and they might have done something. They fell short because when they regressed, they fell very short. But I feel like this led to like this Tower, or them getting some, like when they finally started listening to your advice, or they finally, like, you showed this person, like, I don't know, something where you may have concealed certain things. Something where you, like, through the 10th house, this person became very aware. Like, they became aware. When they became aware of your success, your power and status, they were happy about this. But I feel like it was like, and it, like, them getting your support, and them actually, like, finally getting the reception of your advice after maybe going through this power struggle with them. This person, I'm getting that they are like, this stark realization shifted their understanding of your relationship. It shifted the power dynamics of this relationship, showing this person when they became aware of your career, they were shocked or something like that. They were the ones surprised. Okay, but I feel like before their fundamental understanding, they were very egoic with the Six of Wands. I'm hearing that this was their behavior was very egotistical, and they fell short by quite the distance, regressed to an earlier stage in their development as a defense mechanism. Okay, you may have felt like this person did something to violate you. You may have felt like they banded with somebody to hurt you. Okay, some of you guys, they went back to an ex-partner, or they didn't choose unity when they became aware of your synergy. Okay, and they get deflated a lot. Some of them, they get deflated a lot because they just are not, they're struggling with your relationship. They're struggling with some of the unconventional aspects of your relationship, and they just, something about them, they start getting all happy and like, they're like, okay, I want to do this, right? And then they like, okay, you're this successful person of power and status, and you so wow, and your femininity on the loose, and you know, you're like, look, I'm not a child. I have all this power, status, and responsibilities. Look at all my past traumas. Look at what I've overcome. Listen to my advice so that we can have a successful relationship. But some of them, when they reacted very egotistically with the Six of Wands and fell short. Okay, fell short by quite the distance. Tell me a little bit more about what's coming up though. The Six of Wands, power forward. Okay, yeah, they needed to take a lot of time out to reevaluate this. I'm getting that this was like, there's expansion happening, and they're starting to get sure about this. But after projecting onto you, okay, and after projecting onto you, they regressed. But you forced them to listen to some type of advice, or you forced them, like there was an integration that happened. Okay, this has not been in vain. There was an integration that happens, and this person, that your next relationship will involve synergy. It'll involve a lot of differences between the two of you. It'll involve both of you guys, admiring what the qualities that you both possess and what you don't like about each other as well, and choosing unity. Okay, that's what I'm seeing right now, Power Forward. Let me know how this resonates down below in the comments. I hope this gave you some insight. It was kind of like just like a love update, but I love that too. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.